Hey guys, Grayson Gaming. Today we are playing a new game on the channel called the Stanley Parable. Now apparently there's a new one coming out, like a new update coming out this year, and I'm really excited. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe with more endings. Yes, I forgot there are more endings in this game. I mean, let's just get into it. Oh yeah, the weird. I don't know. I'm just really excited for playing this. Load up. Ooh.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427?
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
It's so simple.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, this time we're gonna follow what the narrator says. No, we can't open our door. 428, 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ooh, that's weird. 437, hello, anybody? Interesting. Nobody is here. You can't jump. You can't jump achievement, I see. Oh. I turned it off, okay. 4B6.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Username access.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
I'm sorry. I just need to find where my coworkers are. Is this like a miniature meeting room? 4B3.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's go to the left. Let's do this. Let's follow what he says. Ooh, what's on his screen? Oh yeah, I know the secret. What? Who cares? What time is it? I see. Get me out of here, this is weird.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nobody?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
But at Bonsai, you take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers? Resent coworkers for not supporting you anymore? Okay, this is weird. What do the whiteboards say? Get Chris out of the broom closet. Chris, where are you? Me most of all? Okay, thank you. The broom... Wait, the broom closet. Chris?
Stanley stepped into
Chris,
the broom
where are
closet,
you?
but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on
No,
track.
I need to find Chris. Chris. Chris! Tell me
There
where
was
you are.
nothing here. No choice to make, no
Oh, there
path
has
to
to be
follow,
something.
just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
It's not empty. I'm in here. What if my name is really Chris? Ooh.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, okay.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
My name is Chris, that's why.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
No, the broom closet ending was my favorite. Okay, let's get out of here. Now let's go back. I'm sorry. There has to be something. Just
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh,
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's great. That's not true.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm not
You
dead.
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is
I'm
taken
not
care
dead.
of before it begins to decompose.
I'm not.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Nope. Not happening, Mr. Narrator.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too?
Yes.
Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, fine. Nope. One more time. Guys, I'm sorry. One more time. Actually, nah. Let's go. Let's visit the broom closet another day.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's in this door? Nah, let's go upstairs. That's what the narrator says. Nope, can't go in there. Executive bathroom. Ooh. Because the boss knows that's what the boss, that what the boss says goes. If the boss ever suffered losses, then that's what the boss goes. What kind of person writes on their walls and says that? That's a little weird. Let's get out of here. Ooh, what's on the computer? Nothing. Okay, that's great. That is not cool. A panda is actually my favorite animal, if you didn't know. Don't be disrespectful to the animals. No, I want it to go down. Okay, let's get out of here. I know this leads nowhere. No, I don't like that. That's not a good business strategy. I'm the less expensive boss. Okay. Is there any more pictures?
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets,
What?
the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
What? I already know what you do there, but okay. I guess not. Anything? Anybody? Is there anything behind here? No. Loading, loading, loading. Loading. 12 minutes in. Oh, glitch. Oh, great, a glitch. Oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I'm not gonna escape. I'm gonna listen to what the narrator says.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Can I jump
What
on this?
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
No, I
himself.
can't.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Could I jump off the ledge? That would be awesome. Let's go.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Hey, where's
nature
mine?
revealed.
Where's me?
Each bore the number of an employee in the
427.
building,
I would mark this.
Stanley's co-workers.
427.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Green
freedom
box?
meant nothing.
What's the green box about? Is it gonna do the thing? I wanna see my number. See, I told you. I told you. Oh, glitch. Oh, jeez. It's probably because I'm recording. When I record, it just...
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
What's 0?
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Ugh.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Fired. Pirate? Let's look at the fired one. He was fired. That's the pirate one. It's mine? The pirate is me?
No. He refused
Oh,
to believe
this
it.
is wrong.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable.
I mean,
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof.
I don't
The
know.
heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very
Ooh, a big
place.
red button on
And as the
it.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
Five.
exert its
Number 8,
terrible
my
power
favorite.
over another human life. For he would dismantle the
Mind
controls
control.
once and for all.
Idle awaiting input. Mind control. No. We only have time for one ending today, I guess. I mean, that's not bad, but still.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
I can't see anything.
Was it over?
Maybe.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
But I want to see... Oh.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wow. Stanley was happy. I guess that's it. Is that it? Yes. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I really did. If you want to see more of this, comment down below and tell me. You can tell me what games you want me to play, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!